Messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer Ford. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like it's Harbor Freight. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole guard. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Did them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steps. Them niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they pray that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole guard. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made the call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Buckroll.
This shit gon' ride. My whole time. My whole time. You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Runners on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying at that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on this whole rap
rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this world in my whole life, It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with changed features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her. They don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain. It's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s, we see in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that black work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. You can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this world in my whole life, my whole life.
Call me Lisa too Jeezy. I make that shit look easy. How bitches come and they greet me, they teach me. Bitches ain't shit and they never will be. I still see hoes on my nuts, but they can't feel me. But really though, I'm in beast mode with the flow. Yeah, it's 10 in the morning. I get up and this, you know that I look into the mirror through my eyes. I see my soul. I see a true ass priest. Rest of Israel, yes, bro. I be freshen up, wash up, a true nigga. Throw on my goal, it should go, you know me, cuz. Slip out the door with my 4th dimension cologne. Shout out TLC, Israel, you know what we own. Then I call up, cut this up. Wasn't much, just refresh with some young stars. Make some noise with this music, with some lost tribes. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Now I know that times may change, but bitch, I'm still the same. Yeah, and I know this a crazy ass game. They really ain't a thing. And they know that gun gon' bang. Ain't tryna die today. Whoa, and they know what we all gon' say. Bitch on UPK, hey bitch on UPK. Hey. I can't even think about you right now. Yeah, I'm chillin' with the homies and you know how I put down. I'm cool and I'm just sippin' while fucking with these little bitches. Ice up on my neck, got these hoes so consistent and so relentless that I just come back with stats in my backpack. I gotta make a track. Man, fuck what you're talking about, that bitch is a net. Now I don't smoke no crap, but showing a nigga from the back. I just on the block, now these bitches won't come out. Me and Cud chillin', got Modelos in the south. Niggas be muggin', but I name it in their mouth. Cause they know how Prince Sharp Mom put it down. Down, did it down. Hot in my coupe cruising around town. AR in the back on the ground.
glizzy on the mount. Bitches want water like I'm a fountain. They follow to the house, well shit, this ain't even my house. But top ass bitches, they wanna lounge. Want me dog it out like a hound. But look what I found. When you're up, they all wanna come around. But when you're down, they just kick you on the ground. Lame ass nigga, he that bitch master. Lame ass buster, you fucking cracker. Judas ass boy, you backstabber. Yeah.
Practice, not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines, you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They bring out the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, niggas, so let it go. Made for this. Nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game. These niggas lame. State bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same. You want the easy pass? Tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire. You can't stand the rain. Take an aim. Tell him runner he can try his best. Drive a car named after me. That's why I'm in the vet. Lamping these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do, that's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this, janitor with the mop stick. You gonna need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10 for 10, I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick, I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7", it's my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another gun. You hear now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas, we burn the crib now. I'm ahead now, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga, I don't fear class. Silences make it sound like raindrop, that's a fire storm. Get the job done in the view or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war, I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is, I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Drop dummy.
I know you wanna marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. I can tell from the first day you was all in. Gave you my number, you start texting and calling. You ain't waste no time, lil' mama persistent. When I teach about the scriptures, you be quiet and listen. You had a few questions, so I answer with no hesitation. How the white man the devil, why we need separation, why you can't have your kid birthday celebration. We greatly deceived by the dragon, that's in Revelation. Baby chill, you just gotta be patient. I know your thoughts racing, there's a lot of information, but you want to learn, so I'll be glad to teach you. Cause once we locked in, I never leave you.
I know you wanna marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. Now it's time to move to phase 2. We've been talking for a year, you ain't changed, been the same since day 2. Attending every class, met my sisters and my brothers, put you through a couple tests, and you pass with flying colors, plus you follow my lead. You make me proud of what I molded, through the pressure and correction, could've easily afforded. Baby, know you a ruby, you let your light shine bright. You the type I gotta wipe, cause you gon' hold me down for life. That's right, I can't lie, resisting you was the hardest, cause you bad as fuck, covered up and dressed modest. So I know I wanna spend my whole life with you. Now it's time to go and make this shit official. You know you really needed a priest to spend the rest of your life with me, but first you had to. And now that you my wife, we locked in for life, and the feeling's just right, cause you made the choice to. Saying good things come to those who wait. And the scripture said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. But that's what you're waiting on, girl. And trust me, it's worth it. Just take your time, do it right, you understand? Everything gonna be alright.
I'ma show him it's a different. I'ma only say this once, you better listen. When West is where it started, so you know that's where it finished. We got one main objective, nigga, let's complete the mission. We explaining what the who, lead them bitches and they feelin'. Snub on me, only time I put my nose inside your business. I don't want my gun to show, so I wear my shirt bigger. This is our world, cause if this was your world, I'd be the villain. Break his whole block down, all I gotta do is business. Stuffing Mac shell drums, turn your crib to Sunday dinner. You don't live here, you visit, this my shit, it's a different. I don't do lean, Lobos in my cup is what I'm sipping. I don't do dreams, I just say a prayer, go and get it. And it all work out, you know this ain't for play, this ain't for fun. I've been destined for this shit, niggas know that I'm the one. This shit can go 100 yards, you would think I kicked a punt. You would think I had a flare gun on go, you niggas run. They like he an Israelite, all he rap about is guns. Bitch, I'm an Israelite that own a lot of guns. What that nigga said who? Tell him watch the grind. Yeah, you must be crazy if you ever think of stopping mine. Knock all of the chains out you niggas, make them drop a dime. This Taurus hold 12, it is not a zodiac sign. Piss me off, get me in my bag, make me drop a bomb, drop a nuke, make the world freeze, I can stop the time. Watch what you do, cause once you do it, you can't press rewind. On purpose, I do the opposite, so nigga cross the line. This is different, I ain't looking for trouble, but on point, case you think I rap. Turn him to a vegetable, lead this nigga cabbage patch. No new niggas with me, if you see him, then they got my back. Got it out the mud, big stepping, you can see the tracks, follow me. I can teach you something, have her see relax. If you gon' speak on anything, just make sure it's fact. It's a difference, we are not the same, help them notice that. Pay attention, watch how we move, we can know we can't. Hang around all real niggas, then we move as one. This ain't Fortnite, get into it, ain't no 1v1. The smoke I bring to you, you can't take it in with your lung. Life about warfare, we just make it look fun. She asked what kind of oil I got on, I told her give him some. When West the only real niggas left, you better get you one. Chicken shop, giving out wings if I pull a drum. It's a difference, you better watch your words before you eat your tongue. Scrape the whole plate, not a trace nor leave a crumb. Ice falling off the watching chain like it's freezer burn. Daring somebody to say my name, I will eat to him. Loyalty means everything, so I don't eat with them.
I got you. Let it rap real quick. Look. The city eyes, it's time to vote God. Not God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard when they
tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. You colder than the avalanche, way above average. Fish taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child become a man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad, telling me how them crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poker stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really seen prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yaradon, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Hey, yo, Habanah.
Hey, y'all, what's up, Adawan?
Yo, you know we got to do it again.
Damn right.
They're killing us in these streets, you know?
Yeah, man, this shit crazy.
Let's rise.
Let's get it.
My heart goes out to all of my brothers who been shot by the cops, can't trust the undercover. Cold-blooded the way they did to Mitch Stanley. Shot him in front of his own home with his family. Innocent black man killed once again. To the hands of these crooked cops, they ain't your friend. Hunters down, they bloodthirsty men. Gunners down, walk free and they win.
They killing us like George Floyd. Put a knee to your neck while they hold you down. You can't run, they'll gun you down if you drive away like Andrew Brown. Same way they did Matthew Williams. He had a knife, but they ain't have to kill him. Lied on him, say he lunged at him. He tried to flee, they shot their guns at him.
It ain't gotta be nighttime, it can be broad daylight. Get out your car, try to get back in, they'll kill you like Dante Wright. If you think cops like us, they don't, they hate us with all they might. When they pull you over, guns drawn, finger on trigger, they don't play fight.
Nah, they don't play right. They don't give a fuck about witnesses. Gotta really show them what the business is. Why they out here killing kids, and we see what it really is. Got me losing my appetite, and the bitches harassing you at the light. When you feel you gon' die, then it's fight or flight. That's what happened to Rodney Applewhite.
Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. They killing us. They killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight they killing us.
Tired of these cops killing us. They killing us. They killing us. Never will understand. We living in fear. We killed every day because they got the upper hand. They done murdered another man. Yeah, his name Joshua Feast. Kicking his body, he lay in the streets. It's the belly of the beast. That's why we say fuck the police. Fuck.
Crooked cops stay stalking. Kurt Reinhold murdered for jaywalking. Damn. Pull me over, I hand you my gun license. I ain't doing no talking. Yeah. Justice for McHale Rose, murdered by police at 19 years old. They said he had burglarized some place, but that was a lie. Let the story be told.
They live by it, they gon' die by it. Understand what I really mean. Shoot a nigga while he handcuffed in a seatbelt that was really green. Patiently waiting for the Lord's vengeance. In the UPK, we got the illest team. All devils, they must die. Cut their heads off with a guillotine.
Right. AJ Crones and Sensitive Peers, y'all gon' learn who they are. That's right. The cops massacred these two young brothers and shot at their car. These devils can't help us, it's one solution, let's not pretend. We begin to police our own neighborhoods, we must defend and bring these homicides to an end. Tired of these cops killing us, every day of the year they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight, they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. They killing us. They killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year, they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news, they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight, they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. They killing us. They killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. They killing us. They killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. Every day of the year they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. When you turn on the news they killing us. Tired of these cops killing us. In broad daylight.
Yes.
Now we ready to rock? The water.
Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahweh
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shai. The water, clap it up. Please sit that thing. Sit down, warriors.
Shalom, shalom, Christ.
Good to see you, Akim. Good to see you. All right, we're gonna get it on tonight, Akim. We have to prepare for the Passover tonight. I'm not in headquarters tonight because I'm right now fighting to get to the Passover.
Right.
Oh, I'm doing much work, Akim. Many cutting, all the fringe cutting in the world is happening right now. All right. So I'm preparing for the Passover. I know a lot of you brothers and sisters, you need to get to your home to prepare for the Passover as well. A lot of you got to get out there and Uber. You got to get out there and go back to your slavery so you can get your money together for the Passover. I'll try to make this as brief as I can. So all of the Akim and Akwafim that need to leave and go prepare for the Passover, do it. If you need to leave ahead of time, go ahead and leave. Just let the guard know or the teacher know that you got to roll out because it's Passover time. And this year requires focus. You're going to do something this year, Akim and Akwafim, that your mothers and fathers would have never had the strength to do. You are going to make a pilgrimage. You're going to make a pilgrimage, Ak. You're going to come from far for the sake of finding the Lord your God. You're going to do what Abraham did. You're going to do what David had to do. You're going to do what our King Jesus Christ had to do. Many times in life, brother, you have to make a pilgrimage, brother, to be with the believers of God, to be with each other. We're scattered all over the globe. We're far from one another. We're not able to really sense the togetherness that we need to make it through this hell every day. And we do the best we can with the phone and with the internet and with letters at one time. But brother, Passover time, you get to finally be with the people that believe as you believe. You get to finally be with your family, and a family that is truly your family. There used to be an old saying that is twisted now because of time. The saying that people say now, blood is thicker than water. You ever heard of that statement before?
Concert.
Well, let me give you the original statement back in the 1800s. The blood of the covenant is stronger than the water of the womb.
Right.
If you want to, you can Google that. That statement originally was saying that your family that are believers in Christ are stronger than your family that you came out of the same womb from. And of course, now with the advent of the internet, you can just Google what I just said. The bond that we have with each other is stronger than the bond that we have with our physical family members. But we don't usually get to be with each other. Passover Day, the all-black party, the children's party,
the slaughter of the land,
the class, the breakdown class. Those nights you get to be with the people who you truly have a blood bond with.
Right.
That blood is the blood of our King Jesus Christ, who gave his life for brothers and sisters like you and I. Passover time, we get to be with each other again now. And this is something that Commandant General Yohanan makes great sacrifice for us to do, because he knows the sacrifice that you make. We're going to go over today all of the things that you have to battle to make it to the Passover. Also, as in every year, I will tell you about some things that Satan is doing to try to stop the Passover. Wait till you hear what happened this year. Oh my God, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you about what the IUIC did to try to stop the Passover this year, what our enemies in false religions, what our oppressor has tried to do this year to stop our Passover completely, all right? I'll tell you about these things tonight. And once again, I want you to tell me about what you're going through, what you're fighting. If you haven't gotten a receipt for the Passover, tell me. Okay, if you're having problems coordinating with the Passover department, if there's miscommunications, you tell us tonight so that we can tell these departments what they need to do to smooth your way into making your pilgrimage. All right? And then we're going to go into O.J. Simpson. Give O.J. a hand, man. O.J. was a brother in the world, dog. He was not in the truth. O.J. was not in the truth. O.J. was not a righteous man. But for you young brothers and sisters, I think it's important for you to understand the spirit of the Black and Hispanic community during the time of the O.J. Simpson trial. It was a time that's hard to understand right now because you have so many, you have a lot more entertainment than brothers and sisters did back then. But the O.J. trial was gigantic. It was absolutely gigantic. And he died today. So the juice is finally loose. The juice is loose. So we're going to go into that today. Passover demon fighting, Passover problems, Passover preparation, and the juice is loose. Before that, though, I will answer all of your questions. Preguntas próxima.
Counselor. Before we continue, sir, can I please play a quick video?
Of course.
All right.
I'm Israel. Tune in to the Round Table of Truth this Friday at 8 p.m. Central, where we will be going over some heavy topics.
Open the door now! Open the door now! Open the door now!
Followed by another special guest, our very own UPK sister Kwame Da will be sitting down with Captain of 13,000 Mawa Quad to talk about her tragic loss of her son, the violence and disparities growing up in Chicago, and how all those things brought her into the truth. You do not want to miss this show, Israel. Shalom.
Amazing. I can give a hand to Captain Mawakwa and the sister. I believe his name was Kwame Da. That's an excellent episode. I'm sure everyone will tune in. All right. Questions. Preguntas.
Any questions in the room? You have the mic. If you're gonna ask a question, make sure you have the mic. All right.
Sir, I would like a quick breakdown in regard to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 18, verse 4, and also verse 20. It basically says the same thing. Behold, all souls are mine, as the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. Because that kind of goes against like what the world, what some parts of the world teach as an immortal soul or like eternal soul.
You got to explain to me what do you mean by that?
Like it says, the soul that sinneth, it shall die. But like I'm there's teaching out in the world of even in some churches of an immortal soul, like a soul would never die. Like what is a soul?
Oh, okay, I got you. The soul of him, I got you. Okay, I'll explain. Go ahead, break it down. Read it one more time, please.
Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 4. Behold, all souls are mine, as the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
Got you. That the Bible says that what the Most High created shall never die. You familiar with that, right?
Karakan.
When it says the soul shall die, it doesn't mean the soul, meaning the actual essence of you shall die. It means you shall die. The Bible says that Jacob and 70 souls walked into Egypt. You familiar with that scripture? Up?
Karakan.
Right. So when it says 70 souls walked into Egypt, it isn't saying the essence of those men walked into Egypt. It's saying those men walked into Egypt. So many times in the Bible, when it says soul, it just means you. You understand? So in essence, you are going to die. So when it says that soul is going to die, it is not meaning that the essence of that person is going to die. Because if the essence of that person dies, then there can be no reincarnation. Then there can be no Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because those souls died. But their soul did not die, but the people died. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob are still here because the Lord is not the Lord of the dead, but of the living. So it does not mean the souls died like you are thinking it literally. Do you understand, Warrior?
Karakan, sir.
No problem. Next.
Sir, I have a question as well.
Please.
I was going over scriptures about the Passover, and I came across one that I would like a better understanding of.
No problem.
In Matthew chapter 26, verse 17, it states, "Now the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Yahushua, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover?"
Mm-hmm.
So it's saying the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, but it's also saying, where are we going to eat or prepare for the Passover?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that? For me, it's a little bit of confusion.
Okay, the Passover is the lamb. Today we think of the Passover as this event, but the Passover technically is not the event. The Passover is the lamb. The lamb is the Passover. You want the precepts, I'm sure, right? You want to look up the word "eat the Passover." That's what you need in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, right? Of course, you know the whole story. I will go over the story in the breakdown class Thursday. I won't be teaching the class this Monday because I have to get on the road. All right.
Awesome.
But I will be teaching the scripture breakdown class in North Carolina. There, I will break down the Passover and give you the whole story. For tonight, I'll tell you this: is that the lamb is the Passover, not the event. The lamb is the Passover. So when they say prepare the Passover, they mean cook the lamb. They cook the lamb. That's what they mean. They're going to prepare it. So the Passover lamb took preparation that had to be done before the Feast of Unleavened Bread. It was preparation to get it ready. And that's the preparation they're discussing, Asher.
Okay.
Go ahead and read. Go ahead, brother.
Because it's saying that on the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, that they went to Yahushua, and on the first day of the unleavened bread, they asked him where we're going to prepare for the Passover. So
you see how you just said for the Passover?
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
I got you. Read that. Read it again.
Yes, sir. Matthew 26 and 17. Now the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the disciples came to Yahushua, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover?
Do you see the difference between what it said and what you just said?
Correct. So since the Passover is the lamb, the on the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, they want to know where we're going to get together to eat the lamb.
Yes. That's what he's asking. Right. It didn't say when are we going to get together to hold the Passover or to have the Passover. It's talking about the lamb and all the preparation that it takes to have that meal. Where are we going to do it at? That's what he wants to know. Where are we going to do it? Because the disciples didn't have stable homes. You familiar with that precept, correct?
Sure, I understand.
Right. The foxes have holes, the birds have nests, but the Son of Man have no dwelling place. So when it came time for them to eat the Passover, where are we going to do it at? Which is what they're talking. They're talking about where are we going to prepare this lamb? That in the Old Testament, it was 14 days before they had to fatten this lamb up and get this lamb together to have it for the Passover. So it took time. It wasn't like going to the supermarket. You understand?
Sir, I understand.
I got a precept, sir.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families and kill the Passover.
Everybody gets that right?
Come on.
All right. Next.
Hello, sir. I have a question regarding the Feast of the Unleavened Bread. We're not supposed to have any leaven in our house, but if we had like a bag of all-purpose flour, is that okay to still leave it, or we have to like throw that out?
There is no leaven in all-purpose flour. So you can you can keep everything except for leaven. Do you know what leaven is?
That's the yeast. Is that correct?
That's correct. Thalai, come here for a second. I'm going to show you something real fast. That's the yeast. Now, sometimes you might have yeast in little packets, right? A long time ago, you had to keep something that they call now sourdough. You had to keep it and you had to tend to it and just tend to it every day because you made bread. Hand me the sourdough. Because you made bread every day. You understand? And if you tended to this thing, you could always have bread. Let me show you one right here. Here's one of my sourdoughs right here, Akim. You see this thing here? This thing here is 15 years old. This one. I have ones older than that, and I got ones younger than that. You understand? Just like my wives. I got a sourdough for every wife. That's a hint. You should have picked that up by what I just said. So this one is old, about 15 years old, right? You got to tend to this thing, tend to it, feed it with flour and water. Now, this is leaven. This is leaven from 6,000 years ago right here. Okay? They just kept it all the time because every morning they made bread. It takes about 14 hours for it to rise. They might start it rising the night before. You wake up in the morning, you got bread when you wake up during the day, or bread for lunch, or bread for whatever. Israel was a bread-making society. Other societies are rice societies. Like you can look this up for sociology. Sociologists say that there are rice cultures and bread cultures, right? The Asian cultures are rice cultures. Israel is a bread culture. Our tradition says we eat bread. So you would every year since I've been in the truth since 1995, I've had to get rid of this. I've had to get this out of my house. I take it and put it in the trunk of my car. I put it somewhere in the basement. I put it outside of the house on a back porch. I get it away from me. I get it far enough away so that no priest can say I've been using it. You understand?
Sir.
That's the tradition. So the flour is not leaven because there is no yeast in flour. Now there are some things that are leaven, meaning if I use this, I put this in flour, the bread will rise. Some things are not leaven. Okay, we'll go over that, Pat. We'll go over that for the breakdown class as well, and I'll explain all of that to you. Have some brothers come up and rock it for you. But all-purpose flour is not leaven in any way. It will not rise. It'll do nothing but sit there if you don't add leaven to it. All right?
Sir. Thank you.
No problem. Next.
So I have a question online.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Officer Nawanyala. He asked if he can get a breakdown on Daniel chapter 9, verse 24.
Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression.
Keep going.
And to make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity.
Let me just explain. The 17 weeks is not a literal week like us. Remember, the Lord said that one day unto the Lord is as 1,000 years. So never look at time as if it's literal in your mind. This just means we have a certain amount of time, not a long time, but we have a certain amount of time to get ourselves together, to get done with this smoking weed and this being a sexual deviant and being a liar and a sinner and a Christian and a Muslim. You got a little time. You get a little time to get done with that and to begin to get yourself right. Then the time is up. That's what this precept is talking about. Then time is up. That's the breakdown, warrior. No one, ya Allah. All right. Next. Preguntas. Go ahead.
Atlanta. Any questions, Atlanta? No. Chicago, any questions? Okay, sir. Next question I have, sir, is from Kazakh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say shalom to Chicago. Chicago, give Chicago a hand. They ain't here with us tonight. We want to shut down. Give Atlanta the Brave in there with us tonight. Is that Atlanta? Most time Christ. Good to see you, Atlanta.
Good to see you too.
All right, warrior.
The brother would like a breakdown on Luke chapter 10, verse 8.
Luke chapter 10.
Kazakh Tamar needs Luke 10 and 8. I'm ready.
Luke.
So he's asking two different questions, sir. Can you get a breakdown on Luke chapter 10, verse 8? And then the next question is, what and when was Satan cast out of heaven?
No problem. Okay, let's break down Luke 10. Let's break down what Satan cast out of heaven. That precept in Jude is not literal. Satan was never cast out of heaven. The angels cast out of heaven was speaking about the sons of Adam, who later became the Israelites. The Israelites are the angels that were cast out of their dwelling place, that were cast out of the kingdom, which is speaking about the Garden of Eden. All right. That is not talking about Satan being kicked out. That's a lie from people that don't understand the Bible, meaning the Catholic priests. I'm going to show you a breakdown tonight from the IUIC that is like a child broke it down. The IUIC does not understand the Bible at all. I'm going to prove it to you tonight. I'm going to play Nasty Nate and give his breakdown on the dark side of the moon. And it damn near should have been a child breaking this scripture down. A child could have said what Nasty Nate is going to say. You got that video I sent you, Asher?
Sir, I just have to transfer it over.
Yeah, do your thing with it, because I like to break it down today. Well, the Catholic Church has another breakdown as if a child made it up, where they say that Satan got kicked out of heaven and he was thrown down in the ground, and which is immature. All right. It's not talking about that, Kazakh Damar, all right? If you don't get what I'm saying, just tell me and I'll break it down deeper and lay it down nice and flat for you by going to the precept. For now, let's go to Luke 10 and 8, all right?
Luke chapter 10, verse 8. And into whatsoever city ye enter, and they receive you. Eat such things as are set before you.
Do you have a question in specific, Kazakh Damar, about this? Kazakh Damar, he's an officer in the school, right? Kazakh Damar, be a little more specific about what exactly is your question. What about this precept do you not understand, all right? I'm going to move on until you give me the answer. Any other questions? Atlanta, you wanted to say something? No sweat. Asher, and give me another question while we're waiting for Kazakh Damar.
Sir, I also have the video if you want it with the breakdown.
In a minute. Later on, once I go into the breakdown, then we'll do the video about Nasty Nate and their dark side of the moon breakdown. Okay, Salaki, this is Kushab. Kushab Bunyahawada, Salaki Alawak. Can you break down 1 Timothy 3 and 14 to 16? No problem, Kushab. Go ahead and read it for him.
Someone get 1 Timothy's.
1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 14. These things write unto thee, hoping to come unto thee shortly. But if I tarry long, that thou mayest know how thou oughtest to behave thyself in the house of God.
So this is Paul writing letters, and this is, I believe, when he was arrested. He doesn't know how long until he'll get out. But if it takes him a long time, he had to travel, he had to go to Jerusalem. It was a whole mess trying to get there. Then he got locked up, and then he took even longer because he was in jail, an innocent man being persecuted for his belief in the Lord our God and his King Yahushua Christ. So he didn't know how long it was going to take. So then he's giving them some instructions for them to conduct themselves by until he returns. All right, go ahead and read.
Which is the church of the living God.
You get that. Keep going.
The pillar and the ground of the truth.
Keep going. You get that, I pray. The pillar and the ground of the truth. It's like saying the home of the truth. It's where the truth was born, where it's built. Keep going.
Verse 16. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness.
And without controversy, meaning there's no one that can be against this or argue against this without controversy. Read it again.
And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness.
Without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. No one will disagree with that, because being godly is something that so few men can take hold of. So few men can master being godly, and no one will object to that. That's said without controversy. Keep going.
God was manifest in the flesh. Justified.
God, read again. Read again.
God was manifest in the flesh.
God was manifest in the flesh. The word controversy is like something that creates argument. The word manifest means something is revealed. It's made manifest. It's revealed. Well, this is without controversy, that God was revealed in the flesh through our King Jesus Christ. That happened. No one can say it didn't. It happened. Let me know when we're at 16.
This is 16 where we have.
Okay. What does it mean? Let me give you a story, Quasha. You know, I had been in the truth for about a year or two before I was assigned to Commanding General Yohana to work directly under him. And then I began to be around him and roll with him and work with him. We went to New York and I worked in countless operations with him under his direct command. And I remember telling the brothers, when I started to roll with Commanding General Yohana, I began to see the Bible come to life. Before I rolled with him, I would read the Bible. I would read about men making such sacrifices of selflessness and such acts of kindness and generosity and courage. And I would read them like every other man would read them. But then when I began to actually walk with Commanding General Yohana, he brought the Bible to life. The words came off the page and they were right in front of me. You understand? They were right in front of me. Then I began to see the Bible manifest itself in the flesh of a person. And it made it easier for me to understand how I should live godly. Because it can be difficult reading something and never seeing anybody do it. That's the benefit of having a good father. Anybody can say, do this and do that. Go to school. Don't do drugs. Don't be in a gang. It's easy to say that, but it's hard to understand how do I resist the temptation not to do it unless I can have a father at home and look at him and go, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to act like him. Now I get it. My father, a good father, makes being a good man manifest in the flesh right in front of me. Now I know what to do. Well, when Jesus Christ walked the earth, when Jesus Christ walked the earth, when he was rolling with the 12 disciples, man, those brothers read the Torah, read the law. They went to the temple. They had parents at home. They had priests to tell them what to do, but they had never seen the Most High manifest himself in the flesh before Jesus Christ. Here's the key to understanding this breakdown. The thing that Christ did and the thing that was done in him, you can do that thing for the young men who follow you. You can do that for them. You can show them God manifest in the flesh. You can do the exact same thing that Jesus Christ did for his young men. Can you imagine the reward they had from being able to see him every day? See how he interacted with people? see him sit down at a dinner. I think about that, man. I remember going to dinners with Commanding General Yohana, brother. General Yohana walks into a restaurant. He tips like Frank Sinatra. That's what it's like. Who knows what I'm talking about out there? You go to a restaurant with him, it's like you in there with Frank Sinatra. He tipping everybody in the place. He walked through the door. Hey, Shalom, how you doing? Shalom, what's going on? Hey, good to see you. Hugging everybody. Tipping everybody. Kind and asking to eat last. Asking to be served last. Now, I've read scriptures about that. It's in Ecclesiasticus. I read that. I had never seen it before. I've never seen that before. I saw it then. Well, the disciples of Christ knew that when Christ walked with them, it was God manifesting himself in the flesh. You're seeing a man that behaves. Who asked the question? Kusha. Kusha, I want you to give me the right word right here. There's only one word you can give me. Another word will not do. They finally saw a man that was, and I'm going to let Kusha answer it. If he can't get it, just say you don't know, if you don't know, and I'll give another man a shot. Because the Christians read this. You know what they say? They say God became a person. That's what they say, which is fine. The only problem is I can't do that. You can't do that. So then how do we treat each other? How do we live? Sure, God got a penis and feet and hands and a butt, and he became a man. Good. Now, what do I do every day? Because God, I'm not God. I'm not him. So what do I do then? How do I try to carry my burden when I'm not God? I know how he did it. He was God. Jesus was God, right? Okay. Well, I'm not God. So how am I going to get off of cigarettes? How am I going to stop smoking weed? How am I going to keep out of prison when I'm not God? Kusha, answer my question. The disciples of Christ, when they saw Christ, they finally saw someone that was, one more, I'll give him a second. Let Kusha give a second. Then I'll get the young warrior in headquarters a shot if Kusha doesn't know.
He doesn't know, sir.
Harlem?
To be holy?
I think you might be thinking you got the right word, but I'm not sure if that's the right word. Levi?
Young man's gonna try it, sir.
Go ahead, warrior.
Righteous?
Nope. Chicago?
Salakia, sir, would it be perfect?
No.
I'll take it out of one.
Levi.
Practical, sir.
Let me help you. Read the scripture again. What's no in Spanish? It's not nunca. What's nunca? Nothing?
Never.
Never. What's no? Is no just no, right?
Con.
All right. Read the precept.
God was manifest in the flesh.
No, before that, read where we started out.
And without controversy, great is mystery of godliness.
Of what?
Mystery of godliness.
What is godliness, Harlem? Please, Harlem, you got it.
Being uncircumcised.
What is godliness? If you say, man, listen, I want to be godly, what does that mean to you, Harlem? Let me give it a shot. You want to try? Give Zadok let me hear Zadok. Give Zadok a shot. What is godly, Zadok?
Being righteous.
Give him a hand. That's exactly what it means. Being righteous is being godly. That's what it is. Before Jesus Christ, these men had never seen anyone that was godly. Godly. That's the whole point of all of this. The point of this precept is, how do you become godly? It's a mystery. It's a mystery on how to do it. What solved that mystery for the disciples of Christ? What solved the mystery of godliness? Atlanta? What solved the mystery of godliness?
Salagi, sir, seeing Christ do what
Give
he
him
did.
a hand. Seeing him do what he did. That's it. So now, That is what it means when it says God was manifest in the flesh. Because this man came around us, dealt with us every day, and he was a godly man. Now I understand the what? Chicago. I understand the, you don't know, just pass.
Salaki, sir, pass.
Atlanta.
Salaki, sir, the mystery
Of?
The mystery of godliness, sir.
Give him a hand. That's all I need from you. I just need that. Okay? I need that. This precept is not about God becoming a person with a penis and a butt. God didn't urinate and defecate every day, but Christ did. Christ absolutely did. God didn't become a person. The work of God was shown to all of us through a person. A person did that. Why is that good news? Because I can do that, because I'm a person. So now godliness is no longer a mystery to me. I know how to do it. I just act like him. I just act like him. All right. Next. Proxima.
Concert. Next question I have is from Chanter.
Let me try to answer. And the brother said I should read these damn things. Chantere Mystique. Oh man, that's like a X-Man. That's a superhero, a superhero woman. Chantere Mystique. Salaki out of one. If only 144,000 people make it into heaven, what does that mean? Does that mean that there will have to be 144 members of the ISUPK before Christ can return? No, it doesn't mean it. I can make it here, me and General Yohana alone. That's it. We don't need none of you. It'll just be me and him. Make it in the kingdom of heaven, just like I like it. No, baby girl. That's not what it's talking about, all right? When it says that the 144,000 is the governing body when Jesus Christ returns, it is not all of the people that will be saved when Jesus Christ returns. And Paul said this, that if he did not cut the time short, there would be no flesh remaining. Jesus Christ could come back and it's 2 people in the school, and he will just make his governing body up with the people that come in the school after the return of Christ. What did the Lord say? When did I feed you? When did I go to see you in prison? When were you naked and I did clothe you? When were you hungry and I did feed you? And then he shall say, when as much as you have done it for these, the least of them, my brethren, you have done it for me. There will be people that don't know why they're getting saved on Judgment Day. They won't even understand how they got to get there. They won't even know. Then they'll find out, oh, you helped that one brother we have in Chicago. You helped that one brother we have in Harlem. Now you and your family are making the kingdom. And the Most High will train them there. Precept, for there I will plead with them in the wilderness. The Most High can come back tomorrow. If it was 2 people in the school, he can wait 2 years until there's 200,000 people in the school. The amount of people in the school is irrelevant. Next year, there might be 300,000 people in the school. Next year, there might be 2 people in the school. If those 300,000, if those 10,000, if those 2 people are godly men, then Judgment Day is coming and they're going to be delivered. I pray you understand. All right? In the UPK, what do? We fight every day to fish, to get more and more brothers and sisters in the school, because it's our mandate to do that. We have to go out there and save lives, and we have to train people to rule when Jesus Christ returns. So we're out there trying every day to get 144,000 men, praying that the Most High might say, that's enough. I'll take them. They're all godly men. And as we get these men, we're training them and making sure not to let someone in the school who is not godly, who doesn't want to be godly. And we're working hard to get 144,000 men, baby girl. Don't rest assured for that. but the Most High can come back tomorrow. He'll come back tomorrow. The question is, what will happen to you and I if he does? All right, everyone understands? Okay. Next.
Any question in the room?
Salakia, the one.
Shalom, warrior.
If I may, sir, it is generally believed that Joseph's brothers sold them to the Egyptian. Am I correct with that? That it is a belief.
To my memory, that's what's in the Bible. Am I correct? To my memory, I was going to go into that anyway too tonight about when they asked him for forgiveness. That was a good precept about the Spirit of Christ in the Old Testament. But what was your question about?
I'm grabbing the precept now, sir.
No problem.
I'm in Exodus chapter 32. So when we go to Exodus 22, Salakia, sir, give me 1 second. I lost the precept. Salakia.
No problem. Take your time. Does anyone else have another question?
I have questions online.
I'll take them.
I have one question, sir. I don't know if you want to read it or you want me to read it.
I'll read it. Hanal Asher. Can I have some precepts showing that there will be civil war? You know what I want, Asher? Give me every man's hand shall turn against his neighbor. Every man shall go into his own country. There are absolutely precepts about civil war. The Bible says that in the last days, the spirit of war will be loose on this kingdom, and the Most High will take peace from the earth up. You're going to see civil war in America. I really shouldn't have to break this down after January 6th. I don't know if you heard about that, Hanal Asher. Hanal Asher, the Proud Boys, and thousands of people went and broke into the Capitol building and went and unalived police officers, unalived them. And then more committed self-unaliving after January 6th. That happened. They went in there and bust open the doors, urinated and defecated on Nancy Pelosi's desk, stole flags out of there, kicked in the door. It's a hell of a story. Can you get me the Cortez, that broad sister from New York, the congresswoman? She gives an account, brother, of her hiding behind a bathroom stall while these men were screaming her name in her office, looking for her to sexually assault her. She's behind the door like this shit here, like in a horror movie, hiding behind the door. Civil war is going to happen. It already started. It already has started. Find me that video too, Asher. All right?
Counselor, if I may.
Go ahead, Warrior.
We already had civil war in America. We had the Civil War. We had Waco, Texas. We had those other standoffs with the FBI and those ranchers.
Forget the Bundy Ranch. Forget about that. Asher is saying it has already happened. I believe what Hanal Asher is trying to see is he needs precepts that it's going to happen again, and it is. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen before Jesus Christ comes back, just like in the damn 1800s. Texas every year says they're going to secede from America. I think that's every year.
They just came out with a movie about that, sir.
I didn't see it. Is that what it was about?
It's called Civil War. It just came out today. It's about Texas, California seceding from the Union, and other states that support them. And it's in modern times.
I mean, to other countries, this happens all the time. In America is so stable in its oppression, it's hard to understand America being unstable. But America is falling. The stars of heaven are coming crashing to the ground. Civil war is going to happen again. Let me just give them those precepts so I can move on.
So I have Zechariah 14 and 13.
Let me hear it.
And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them. Mm-hmm. And they shall lay hold everyone on the hand of his neighbor.
They shall do what?
On the hand of his neighbor.
Everyone shall lay hold on the hand of his neighbor. They say that all the time about the Civil War. The Civil War was brother against brother. Brother against brother. Oh, that's happening again. We're gonna have civil war in America. Just look at January 6th. You got that Alicia, I forget her name. OCT Cortez, what's her name?
I got it right here, sir.
Check this out, Hanai.
That impact was so doubled that day is because I think one of the reasons why that impact was so doubled that day is because of the misogyny and the racism that is so deeply rooted and animated that attack on the Capitol. You know, white supremacy and patriarchy are very linked in a lot of ways. There's a lot of sexualizing of that violence. And I didn't think that I was just going to be killed. I thought other things were going to happen to me as well.
So what sounds like what you're telling me right now is that you didn't only think that you were going to die, you thought you were going to be raped.
Yeah, I thought I was.
And that you now understand, having thought about it, is because of your experience.
Yeah, I think so. Survivors have a very strong set of skills. And the skills that are required as a survivor, the tools that you build for resilience, they come back in right away. And for me, I felt like those skills were coming right back so that I could survive. And my skills were to survive.
This woman had to hide behind a bathroom door. And she made herself so still that they were searching for her in the bathroom and they couldn't find her. That's what she means about her skill, because she got so frozen, so tight, so that they bust open the bathroom door looking for her. She's behind the bathroom stall. They never saw her. She didn't do that in an alleyway in the Bronx. She didn't do that on the west side of Chicago outside of a poppy store or a check cashing place. She did that in her office bathroom in the Capitol building. Civil war is coming. It's coming. Next, that's a precept if you need one up. That's good for you right there, all right? Every man shall turn against his own neighbor. Ephraim in headquarters, go ahead.
If I may, sir, just a quick comment. It's interesting how she brought up like the conflation of sex and violence, and it kind of, I was thinking a lot about like when the police killing our people. Just this last story with the cops shooting that car 90 something times. I'm not trying to be funny or disrespectful, but it almost seems like police officers get like some kind of sexual rush, like how sexual desire or drive a person to do, you know, do all types of things.
Yeah, brother, it's not far-fetched. I mean, what you're talking about is what has been proven through psychological studies, man. Our oppressor is so violent that most of them, that penis will not get hard unless they're doing violence to somebody. A lot of them have to go out and get prostitutes so they can strangle the prostitute close to death. They have to, or else their penis does not work. Because they're that violent. And absolutely, sexuality is tied to violence in the mind of extremely violent men. Ask anybody in a fraternity, right? For some reason, in a black and white fraternity, somehow beating you also makes them put a dildo in your mouth. Explain that one to me, fraternity boys. Tell me about that. How does they're beating you, they're punching you, they're hitting you with a stick. Somehow in the middle of this stick beating, they're sitting on your face. Give me the movie. It was an excellent movie where they were hazing somebody that is true to life. With hazing, I forget the name of it. It's just a good scene with a white man sitting on some black man's chest. I only bring it up because you brothers in fraternities, that's what happened to you. You had to get down on your knees and suck a dildo because that's how you can prove your love for Omega Psi Phi. That's how you can prove your love for Alpha Phi Alpha, by bending over, pulling down your pants, and letting him hump you. Because then we know you're a real Kappa man, because you're in your drawers, bent over, while he pumps and humps your butt. because a good Kappa man would, a Sigma man would do something like that. Listen, write in the chat room. Don't tell me your name. Write in the chat room if you were in a fraternity and they humped your butt. And tell me at the time, how did you think that that made you a good man of Iota or a good man of Kappa, Omega, Lambda, Lambda, Lambda? Nice to have you, have you, have you. When I was in college, I knew I couldn't join because I can't remember all that choreography. That I know I can't do. I'm worse now. I mean, I was such a half a college student, half a gangster. I couldn't remember choreography. Who the fuck am I, Debbie Allen? I can't remember all those steps. How the hell am I supposed to remember all of the hand clapping and the hand boning on the, listen, I'm barely in this college. Okay? I'm high right now in class. How you fraternity boys remembered all that choreography. Maybe it was the dildos in your butts. Maybe that helps your memory. If you can, yes. So to Ephraim's question, violent men attach violence to sexuality, and in many times that's the only way they can even achieve sexual gratification. Next question. In the back, headquarters.
Don't you're gonna ask the question, make sure you get the mic beforehand, right?
Go ahead,
Salakia, sir. As a young man in the just coming into the truth, many years of seeing these things, but just like many of the heads, generals, and captains, there was no internet, there was no connection to this type of truth as I was coming up. So as a younger man in the world, I just tried to steer clear of those type of distractions as described, those evil things, those wicked things, those things that's unimaginable. So I commend and I'm honored and I'm always forever grateful to stay the course for general for the general captains and you guys to keep this course of volumes, the celebrations that's coming for everybody that's hearing what I'm saying right now. This Passover's better and it should and it's supposed to be exactly what it is. The Most High in Christ and his son.
Give him a hand. Well said, warrior.
Damn it, you here. And I'm glad to be part of it. Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala. Give him a hand. Well, let me tell you, young warrior, we're happy to have you. All those years while you were waiting for us, remember, we were looking for you. We've made our entire life about finding you. And now that we're together, brother, we're very happy to see you, brother. We're very happy to see you. Give him a hand.
Bawada, sir. Bawada.
You, brother. All right, Asher. Próxima preguntas.
We got another question in the room, sir.
So I got the precept out of one for the question I asked earlier. In Genesis 37 out of one. This is what some blackity blacks are using to say there's contradiction in the Bible. But when I read it, I don't see no contradiction. So the contradiction is supposed to be that in Genesis 37, in one verse is saying that that's what they saying, that Joseph, the Bible says that his brothers sold him to the Ishmaelites. But then in another verse, it's saying that the Midianites, sold them unto the Egyptians. So they say, oh, you see, this is a contradiction. So I'm going to read it, sir, because I don't see no contradiction, of course, at all. And it seems like it's saying exactly what verse 36 is saying.
Yeah.
This is Genesis 37, verse, I'll start at verse 21. Verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us, I'll start at verse 19. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh. Verse 20, come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit. And we will say, some evil beast have devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21, and Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, let us not kill him. So now when you go further down, it says, and they sat down to eat bread. So like in verse 24, and they took him and cast him into a pit. So instead of killing him, they cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels, bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. Verse 26.
Where?
This is where the confusion start right here, sir. Verse 25 and 26, it says, and Judah said unto his brethren, what profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? 27, come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content. Now in verse 28, it says, then there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. So in this verse right here, I don't want, this is really where the question is. When it says, then there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit. So what they're saying is that the brothers took Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites.
And what's the question? I'm missing something. Okay, what's the point here?
So
let me ask you a question. If the person you're battling, do you know who he is? Or is it just like a random somebody on the list?
It's just I'm gathering all the contradictions that people are saying exist in the Bible.
Now, the person that said it, if the Bible has contradictions, what will they do?
What will they do?
Yeah, if it has it, let's say we'd be like, damn, it's my first time ever reading the Bible. You got me. I've never heard about this. What will they do if the Bible has contradictions?
Basically pushing that, we should throw the Bible away.
And do what?
They don't stand on nothing, sir. It's like blackity black.
That's what I would start doing. I would start to ask them, if I say the Bible is stock full of contradictions from Genesis to Revelation, so now what are you going to do? Now they're going to be stuck there, right? Then ask them this. If the Bible has no contradictions at all, what are you going to do? What will they say, Levi?
Nothing.
Yeah, I would start doing that. I wish I was still young like y'all. I fell asleep to that whole thing. I was asleep. I really don't know what you even said, really, because it's just a pointless thing to go over. But people in the world make you go over this when this is what it's actually about, and this is what you'll tell them. What I'm saying to you is what you should tell them to get them on the defense, to attack them. If I prove to you today that there's no contradictions, what will you do? If I say there are contradictions, what will you do? What does it matter to you if the Bible has contradictions? What does it matter to you? If there are no contradictions, will you stop smoking weed? Will you stop having sex with women who have boyfriends? Will you stop eating pork and shrimp and crab and lobster? Will you begin to forgive your brothers instead of harming them? Will you stop molesting children? Tell me, what do I have to gain to prove to you that the word of God is perfect and your mind is in contradiction? If I do it, what do I gain? Now, if he says, if the Bible was perfect in every way in his mind, he would still sin. He would still sin. If he says that, then I would move on. If he says, well, listen, man, if you prove to me the Bible is perfect, I'll stop doing all these things. then open up that book and let's go. But other than that, what is this, academic? Let me give it to you. Let me explain it to you in about 10 seconds. All right. Those covers. Who has a cover from Levi? Not a cover, Salaki. Who has the jacket that Levi made? Raise your hand. Anyone got a jacket? Asher, where'd you get your jacket from?
Levi.
You got it from Levi?
From Yatazar, concert.
From that brother. You got it from Yatazar.
Concert.
Really? Is that actually who he got that jacket from, Levi?
Loud, sir.
Like, Levi, did Asher get his jacket from you? Yes or no?
Con, sir.
Really? Man, what was it like when you made that jacket? How'd you get the zipper on there?
Good, sir.
The buttons. Was it hard dyeing that color? Was it hard to dye that color on that brother's jacket, Levi?
The embroidery.
Yeah, was that? No, the color. I just said the color. Was it hard to dye that jacket that color?
La, sir, because I did not touch it.
You what was it? Hold up. But he said he got it from you.
Con,
You didn't dye it? What was it like cutting the material and putting the arms attached to the back and the back attached to the front? What was that like for you?
I did not touch it.
Are you telling me you didn't make that jacket?
La, sir.
Well, then who did he get the jacket from, Levi? Come on. What I'm trying to explain to all of you is commerce and business. This is how it's all done. Who had a sandwich today from a bodega? Who got you had a sandwich from a bodega today? Who'd you get it from?
I got it from my Issacharite brother.
Oh, damn. What was he like? He had the chickens out back?
La, sir.
He cured the meat in the upstairs room.
La, sir.
What'd you get on it? Lettuce and tomato?
Con, sir.
Was his garden right in front of you?
La, sir.
You telling me he didn't grow the lettuce and tomato?
La.
So who did you get that sandwich from?
Whoever created the chicken.
Listen carefully, young brothers. All commerce is done through a chain.
Con, sir.
Right? Everything. The person that you bought your potato chips from, they didn't make the potato chips. They bought them from someone else. Levi, I want you just to read the beginning of what you said in the beginning. First of all, where did Joseph end up? Where did he end up? Levi.
He ended up in a pit.
That's not where he ended up, Levi.
Ended up, Salakia, sir, in Egypt.
That's where they found him, right? His 70 brothers, right? And their father.
God,
he was viceroy over Egypt. So he ended in Egypt as being what you would call vice president of Egypt. That's where he ended. That's where the story ended when it came to him from the time he left his father and ended as viceroy in Egypt. How did he get there? Read it from the top, Levi.
Khan. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. Verse 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt.
To where?
To Egypt.
To where?
To Egypt.
To where?
Egypt.
What were they going to do with those spices and balm, Asher?
Can you repeat that, sir?
I'm sorry, I meant to say Levi. What were they going to do with those spices?
Commerce, sir, to sell them.
Yeah, to who?
To the Egyptians.
Right. The reason it brings up the Midianites and what's the other one you said? The Ishmaelites?
Come on, sir.
Because those are the wholesalers that sell retail to Levi?
The Egyptians.
The Egyptians. That's why he brings up those two. Because they sell goods in Egypt. They gather this, they gather that, they gather Joseph. And they eventually bring their goods to Egypt. And the Egyptians buy them. So the Egyptians are the ones who he was sold to. The Egyptians, but they're not the first person on the chain of commerce. Just like the person that Asher is not the first person, even though he bought a jacket from you. You are on a chain of commerce when you sell your jackets. You understand that, Asher? When you sell that jacket, there's different companies that put the buttons on. They buy a jacket and they do this to it. They buy a jacket, they mark it up and they sell it. They buy the bread to someone that makes a sandwich out of that bread. You buy shoes to someone that puts something on the shoe to sell the shoe again. It's the chain of commerce. Who is in the chain of commerce for the sale of Joseph, Asher?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
You mean Levi, sir? Good, sir. Ishmael, Ishmael, and Joseph brothers, and the Midianites.
That's exactly right. Those are all wholesalers. This traveling caravan of merchants comes through the town. Look up the Silk Road over there in Asia. There was another road that's the reason that the Khazar Empire took hold of the Jewish religion, because they were on this trade road, and the Arabs were fighting the Christians, and they wanted to do business with both of them, so they became Jewish, so that they would have respect of both Jews and Christians. Commerce is a chain, and so many people are on the chain. Eventually, there's someone at the end of the chain. He's the big money man. How did slaves get to America? Anyone? Give me the chain of commerce.
The Africans captured
the young warrior in the back, young officer in the back.
Salaki serves the triangle trade.
Give me the nations in that trade.
They sent goods to Europe, the ships down to Africa, and brought the slaves to America.
Give me the nations in that trade.
Esau, Ishmael, Ham, and Israel.
That's it. Esau, Ishmael, and Ham. Where did the black people end up, officer?
In America.
In America with Esau. With Esau. That's where they ended up. Before they ever came to Esau, they were sold to the Africans, who were sold to the Arabs, who then sold them to the Americans. That's the chain of our captivity. What's the chain of Joseph's captivity? Levi?
Ishmael.
Go ahead.
Like the brothers.
Don't add the brothers, because they were the product. They weren't in the chain. I'm sorry, you said the brothers. I'm sorry, you're correct. The brothers of Jacob. That's number one. Go ahead.
Ishmael and
the Arabs.
The Midianites.
Midianites. What nation is that? The Midianites. I forget what the hell they are. What are they? Iranians, Iraqis? I don't know. I forget. Generally, Hannah knows. Go ahead. 3.
Go on, sir. And finally, the Egyptian.
And the Africans. Here we go again. Same people. Arabs and Africans selling us into slavery with the help of our own brothers. That sounds familiar. It's the Bible has no contradictions. The Bible is just true, like today's slavery is true. Joseph went into slavery through a chain of commerce. The triangle trade is what it was called during the time of slavery. Those same nations got together to end Joseph up in Africa, in Egypt. There's no contradiction. Now that we've done that, is he going to stop getting high?
Good, sir.
That's where I'm going. Go ahead.
If I may add one, I understand completely that chain, and that definitely helped me out. Mm-hmm. Now, based on what I'm about to read here, can we eliminate the brothers from that chain of commerce?
Go ahead.
I'll read verse 28 and verse 29. Mm-hmm. Genesis chapter 37, verse 28. Then there passed by Midianites merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes And he returned unto his brothers and said, the child is not, and whither shall I go? So when they went back to get Joseph, he wasn't in the pit.
Can you take him out of the chain of commerce? No. Because if they didn't put him in that pit, then those wholesalers would have never been able to get free goods to sell. They should have never. They sold him into slavery, his brothers. They're responsible for it. It's like tying someone up and putting him on the train tracks. And then when the train kills him, you come by and say, I was going to free him. Well, too late, nigga. The train came and ran him over. He would have never been in that position if you didn't tie him to the train tracks. You're going to jail for murder because you put him in that hole that made it susceptible and easy for a slave seller to take him. When if he was never in that hole, he would have never been in the chain of commerce. You're responsible. And now give me the precept where they apologize for it. Skip me ahead. I don't have time for this, but please find it fast. Where Joseph, when he finally met them years later, where all of his 11 brothers and their families are near starvation. They're near, I'm talking about the seed of Adam, the seed of Jacob, the seed of Abraham is about to starve to death in the wilderness. And they finally decided to go to Egypt because Egypt was the one last place that had food. What they didn't know is the reason that Egypt had food is because their brother was there and he was making the Egyptians prosper while the world went into famine. They went to Egypt. They went into Egypt and there's their brother standing there. The brother they sold into slavery. Go ahead, Levi.
Genesis chapter 45, verse 4. And Joseph said unto his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt.
Whom you did what?
Whom ye sold into Egypt.
Whom you did what?
Ye sold.
Yeah, no, they're not getting out of this one. You can't tie a man to the train tracks and then say, I was going to get him out, but then the train hit him. They did this. They're responsible for this. And he's right. I'm your brother. Come closer and come look at me. I'm the one you sold into slavery. Brother, you know, every time I read this, I get a sense of something that I've never felt. But I know Commanding General Yohana has felt it, and I know other men that have felt it. They're getting vindication up. Vindication is a powerful thing. And I always glory in the men that get it. I'm so proud of you. If you've ever had a day in your life when you got to see your enemies fall before your feet and they agree that God was with you and not with them. I've seen Commander General Yohana get that. I've seen Commander General Yohana have to give money to the families of his enemies because the enemy is gone. That's vindication. Joseph got to say, come here, brother. Come look at me. I'm your brother who you sold into slavery. Continue.
Whom ye sold into Egypt, verse 5. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves, that ye sold me hither, for God did send me before you to preserve life.
This is the spirit of Christ. This is it. This is it. You read this, but you very few times in life can see this happen, can see someone do this. I saw Commander General Yohana do something like this to the men who hated him and to wanted to throw him away. And I saw him have mercy on them and forgive them, and I would not have done it. I told a brother today, there are so many of you right now in the UPK, especially you captains. I would never make you a captain. I would never make you a 5,000 ever. And you're only a captain because of Commanding General Yohana's love. That's why you have your rank. But please don't think you've earned it, because you haven't. I'm going to see what you've done Passover night. All of you captains and 5,000s and camp leaders, I want to see your work walk through the Passover door. What have you done in a year? How many families walk with you? How many men do you bring before the Lord's Passover? Huh? You and yourself, because you can't get along with anybody and you yell at people day and night, and the men can't stand to be around you because you're verbally abusive and you're a pocket tyrant. So what do you have? You haven't had a new man in 3 years. Why? Because you are stopping the men from coming in that camp because you're not kind to them. You push men, but you don't lead men. You push them and step on them, but you don't lead them. So no one wants to follow you. Passover night, I'll see your value. I'll see who you came there with. No one. No more than last year. Maybe you don't need a rank like that. Maybe you're only a 5,000 because of General Yohana's love. Maybe that's the reason you're 5,000. Pray for his health and safety. Pray for it every day. Pray that he can always get up and put his boots on and give you love you don't deserve. You better pray for him. You better pray he's always at his desk, because I don't believe that we have anyone that can love as much as him. This man did it. Joseph said, I'm only here because the Lord wanted me here. Don't be afraid. Don't be sad. God wanted you to do it so I could be here this day to feed you. Keep reading.
Verse 6. For these 2 years have the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years in the which there shall neither be earing nor harvest.
There's not going to be any harvest. There's not going to be any ears of corn or any harvest. There's not going to be any. Keep going.
Verse 7. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth.
That's why I'm here, because you can't survive out there. This harvest is going on 4 more years. 4 more years. You'd be dead if I wasn't here in Egypt to make sure that there's food for you. Keep going.
And to save your lives by
to do what? To do what?
To save your lives.
That's why I'm here. So I'm not angry with you. I'm not vengeful or petty or vindictive about what you did to me. I'm here to save your life. Skip down to the apology. If you don't have it, I get it at the end, Ash. Levi. I gotta go. If you find it, Levi, raise your hand. Asher, come on.
Sir, it's 8:37, sir.
Let me get 2 more questions. Let me know about cross the line. Unless I don't have any questions, let me know.
No, I have questions here for you, sir.
Go ahead.
I have a question online. This is from Officer.
I'll read it. I'll read it. Awam Gabar, the Water Warrior. Shalom Yom Shabbat. Can I get a breakdown to Thessalonians 1, 4:19 to 12? No problem, Warrior. Go ahead and read it.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 9. But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of God to love one another.
Keep going.
Concert. Verse 10. And indeed ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
Hey, see me one more time with the chaser. Keep going.
Yes, sir. Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
Let me stop you. For time's sake, this camp, they understood brotherhood. They knew the scriptures that say it in Deuteronomy, love thy brother or love thy neighbor as thyself. They knew that. They practiced it. This is a camp. Every camp has their own attributes and their own detriments, meaning things that they do that are good, things that they do that are bad. Every camp is like that. Okay, and so you know things you should improve, things you don't need improvement on. This camp knew brotherhood. They had that. They knew that the Most High said to do it, and they did it in practice. But this is the thing that he wanted from them. This school in Thessalonica. Read that last part again, Tuana. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The end of verse. Hold on. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
Again, read the rest of it.
Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
So this camp had brotherhood, but what did they need work with, Thawam Gabar? What did they need to work on? They had brotherhood, but there's something they needed to work on. Let Thawam Gabar answer it. While I'm waiting for the answer, give me the next one. For which one, Levi?
For Joseph, the apology.
Oh, right, Thawada, go ahead.
Come on. So this is in Genesis chapter 50, verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will.
Say what? Read that again.
Joseph will peradventure hate us.
Yeah, man, we threw this cat into a pit. Merchants came and took him. Now we're starving to death. Our father is dead. Oh, now Joseph is going to be free to do whatever he wants to do to us. And he's going to hate us for what we've done to him. Go ahead.
And will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him.
What does the word certainly mean, Levi? Certainly. What does that mean?
That means for sure.
For sure. They go correct. Say that in Spanish, Ephraim. How do you say certainly in Spanish or for sure?
Claro means of course.
Claro. He will. Well, how would you say? You would say certainly. You would say claro. Claro. Good enough. Well, claro. He is going to pay us back. He is going to pay us back. Why? Because that's what they would have done in his place. You understand? They would have paid them back. And they're expecting Joseph to treat them the way that they would treat him if things were reversed, if the shoe was on the other foot. But they didn't understand something about Joseph, brother. Who was Joseph? The son of this Joseph. The stick of Joseph is in the hand of Ephraim. Joseph is speaking about the so-called Puerto Ricans, man. The Puerto Ricans who are the chosen people of God. That's who your father is, Joseph. This is the spirit in every Puerto Rican. This is your bloodline, Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. Baricua, this is your bloodline. This is where you come from, Joseph. They said Joseph is going to pay us back for what we did to him. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, 17. So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him.
Joseph cried out. Our father is dead, and before he died, he just asked one thing. Can you forgive your brothers? Can you forgive them for the evil they've done to you? How many times has the Most High asked this of us? And we do not give God what he wants. How many times has the Lord asked Chicago, forgive your brothers for what they've done to you? Forgive them. That's all I'm asking. How many times has he asked Harlem, Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, forgive your brothers? That's all I'm asking. I'm not here anymore, but could you forgive them? I know they've done an evil thing to you. I know in Atlanta they've done an evil thing to you. In Texas, in Haiti, they've done an evil thing to you. In Jamaica and Trinidad, in London and Croydon, I know they've done an evil thing to you. In Brixton, but could you forgive your brothers for me, for your father? Joseph cried. That's the spirit of Christ in the Old Testament. That's it. That's that thing that supersedes vengeance, that thing that supersedes evil and hatred and revenge. And that thing binds us all together. That thing is why we're here. Vengeance would have none of us be here because we all deserve to die. But forgiveness is why we still have a nation. And that forgiveness is because of Jesus Christ, brother, a black man from the tribe of Judah. That's the spirit of Christ in the Old Testament. The Bible does not contradict itself, brother. That spirit runs throughout the entire Bible. That spirit is in Revelations, is in Matthew, is in Ezekiel, is in Genesis, is in Hosea, Habakkuk, and Zephaniah. That same spirit. That spirit is in Ecclesiasticus and in Tobit. It's there. You can read that. It's a river that runs through the Bible that causes us to love each other in the face of reasons we have to hate each other. Now, the Bible does not contradict itself, brother. Not at all. Now will you forgive him? Now will you do it? Now that we've read this and went through this, will you forgive him? We'll see. We'll see. Next question. Thawam Gabar, do you have my answer yet?
He said, Salakia, I don't want to do their own business.
Read again.
Concern. Verse
Go ahead.
1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11. And that they study to be quiet and to
read a little bit of what they do that's good. They don't need help with this thing. What's the thing they don't need help with? Do I got to say it, or do you know it already? They do not need help with what, Chicago?
Salakia, brotherhood, sir?
Brotherhood. They're fine with that. They got that down. Now read me the rest of it after the brotherhood part, Asher.
Yes, sir. Verse 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business.
Before that, warrior.
Verse 10. And indeed ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia.
Read right 1 second. Read right after the brotherhood part.
That ye increase more and more.
Read that again.
That ye increase more and more.
Read it again.
That ye increase more and more.
Here's what you have to do, Thessalonian. You got to increase, meaning what? You know how to love brothers. Now go get more brothers. That's what you have to go do. You know how to love the ones you have. You got that down. What you need to do is go get more brothers to love. The other part of it. You can't just care for the men. That's beautiful. And brotherhood is what we need, and forgiveness. But we need more men to forgive, more brothers to love. We need to increase, Akim. And I'm going to see what you've done Passover day. I'm going to look at you and see all the camps out there, all you camp leaders. Oh, you big 5,000s and 10,000s. Let's see what you have. What have you done all year? Some of you take good care of the men you have, and that's great. And no one will ever say you don't have brotherhood. Well, you do also have to increase. You got to go get more brothers. That's what it's talking about by increase, Tawam Gabar. You got to get more men. You got to grow your family. Grow it. You can't just tend to the one or two brothers you have. We can't get the kingdom like that. We're mandated to fish. We're mandated to grow. We have to grow. Let the angels decide what happens when Christ returns. But we're men, and our job is to grow like any other living organism. We have to multiply. We're mandated to do it. So first thing is you have to grow. What's the second thing? Asher?
Do you want me to read the next verse, sir?
If you don't mind.
And that ye, verse 11, and that ye study to be quiet.
You got to grow, and you got to study to be quiet. You have to learn to watch your mouth. Let me tell you, one of the key things to fishing people is learning what not to say. You'll be an excellent fisherman if you can first learn to shut up, to be quiet. Before you know it, when you do speak, it's more impactful and it fishes better than you just running your mouth and talking so much. Study to be quiet. You'll be a better speaker when it comes time to speak. And then with your speaking, you will grow. You'll get more men. You'll grow in number. Keep going.
Concern. And to do your own business.
And to do what?
Your own business.
Let me tell you another thing that you need to do to be able to grow. I'm sorry, Asher. You want to say something? Asher, you said something else just now?
Lasser.
What was the last part?
And to do your own business.
Is there anything else after that?
And to work with your own hands as we commanded you.
What does it mean to do your own business and to work with your own hands? What does that mean? That tells you what they need to work on. They need to work on this thing, doing their own business and working with their own hands. What does that mean? I can tell you already what the problem with this camp is. All right, I'm gonna crystallize it, because when you add this together, they don't want to work with their own hands. They don't want to handle their business. The Bible says, "Do your own business." Translate that into handle your business, and this will begin to come clearer to you. Okay, Benjamin, in headquarters.
So I was gonna say, they trying to do each other's works.
No, they're not trying to do each other's work. They're okay. Add the other one to it. Add this to it. Add to study to be quiet. Hold up.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it like kind of like the phrase? Are they just trying to delegate and be administrators? Trying to just give orders.
Delegate is not quite it. It's not crystallizing everything. Studying to be quiet. First of all, they don't fish. They don't increase. They talk when they shouldn't talk. They don't handle their business. They're not willing to do it with their hands. You see, someone that wants to handle someone else's business, they do want to work with their hands to do your business. So you got to add all of these together. It's only one thing. Levi, come on, try.
If I may, I don't know. I remember Captain Tazariak had said that to us one time. I don't know if that's the point.
Go ahead.
Is the point there? Don't rely, like, let's say this is the ISUPK we're reading about. So in the ISUPK, there's a reputation that was built for us not to rely on that reputation and grow that reputation instead of just relying on what the seven heads and Abba Bibbins have, laid down.
Yes,
is that
you're
the
right.
spirit of what's being said?
You're walking up to the door of it. You're walking right to the door of it. But I need it in one word. Zadok, you got the word? Zadok, do you know? If you don't know, tell me. It's one word. Benjamin.
Is it being a slugger, sir?
Now you coming, you trying to get inside the house now. You turning the door now. Let me give you the word that you need to grow your camp. You need to be ambitious. You have to be ambitious. This camp is not ambitious. They're not. They're satisfied. They got a few men, enough men for camp maybe. They're fine with that. They're good to go with that. They're talking and talking instead of measuring their words for effect. They're pushing and not leading. A leader is measuring his every comment to see, will these words motivate men? If my words don't motivate men, I don't say them. I shut my mouth. I only say what motivates men. And if it does not motivate men, I don't say it. I'm out of it. I have no opinion on it. I have no opinion on things. I don't know who the best rapper is. You know that better than me. I don't know whether LeBron James is better than, come on, Michael Jordan. I don't get in rap debates. I don't give my opinion on what the best is of anything. because that doesn't help me to get more men in this school. I only say what motivates men to be better men. I have to do that because I have a vision of obligation that I must fulfill to my Lord, who I serve, which is Commanding General Yohana. I have a job I have to do. I'm not talking to talk. You know, who's the best rapper? Whoever you want to be. Whatever. That's fine with me. That's good. You know, I don't give a damn about any of that. I don't care about things that natural men care about because I have a job to do that is all consuming. So I watch my words. And guess what else I have to do? I have to handle my business. Handle it. I have to do it. What, you don't have enough men to go to camp? Handle your business. You can't do it? Pass it to a young cat then. Pass it. If you're a camp leader out and you can't grow your camp, give the second in command a shot. Why not? I don't give it. Why not do it? Why not? Let me tell you, young brothers, something I've never told you. Everybody listen carefully. I've never told you this. I don't believe so. You know, I don't go out to camp with you. You go to camp. I don't go. Do you think I don't go because I can't speak? Because I can't? No. I don't go because I want you to go. I want you to feel what I have already felt. I want you to have your chance to speak at camp. I don't want to take up your speaking time. Bro, I can tell you how a while y'all was shy. I know that if I go to camp, I'll speak. I'll do it. But I know that you cannot grow if I am over you at camp. You can't grow. I know you need to get on that microphone and speak. So instead, you go and I don't. Now, am I sacrificing that for nothing? I pray not. Handle your business then.
Right.
Get out there and work with your hands and build your camp. This camp was brotherly, but they were lackadaisical. They didn't have ambition. They didn't want to grow. They weren't hungry to grow their camp. They weren't zealous about, my God, listen, man, we got 10 men. God, we need 30, man. We need 30. We just had 30 men. If we had a building, if we had a van, if we had a bigger building, if we had more men, Jesus, I got to get out there and do it. These men weren't like that. They weren't ambitious. That was the problem with Thessalonica. They were good brothers. They loved each other, but they had no ambition. You put all those things together. They talk when they shouldn't. They don't work with their hands. They don't handle their business. That's a lack of ambition. I got to move on. Next.
Sorry, sir. It's 8:57.
Man, let's get into the topic right now. Give Asher a hand. All right. Now, let's I don't know if we have time for OJ. Asher, tell me if I'm wrong. Do we have time for OJ? Who wants to talk about OJ? Does OJ matter? If this doesn't matter, I'll move the hell on. I'm old. You don't know who. You'll think OJ is orange juice, don't you? You don't know what in the hell I'm talking about, do you, Asher?
It's a lot, good sir. I would love to hear you talk about OJ.
I appreciate your word. I told Asher we're going to name the video Let the Juice Loose. He didn't know what in the hell I was talking about. You hear that, Chicago? Asher didn't know what I was saying. I said, let the juice loose. He thought that was a terrible name. Salakia, Asher, you got, listen, that was a long time ago, Asher. That was a phrase. Listen, this cat O.J. Simpson, show me some videos. Do you have any videos, Asher?
Yeah, I'm about to share one right now.
Play one real fast. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can. Go ahead.
Talking, sir.
Go ahead, Warrior.
I have it on mute so you can keep talking.
Oh, Lord, Asher. Let me tell you about this day right here. This is I'll give you a personal story. I was paralyzed from the neck down for a year. I was paralyzed, and I was in the hospital paralyzed for 1 year when this was happening, right? So I'm in a hospital bed, and I'm watching this brother on the TV in the hospital room. This captivated the planet Earth. O.J. Simpson, first his wife was found damn near decapitated. And another man was almost decapitated with her. And when I say almost decapitated, I'm giving you the words from the police report. That the woman's head was hanging off. And there was another man, I forget his name was, what was his name? That cat that was damn near, it was some white boy who was cut to pieces with her.
They said
Ron Goldman. Say again?
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman. So for a week or so, they're trying to figure out who in the hell killed OJ's wife. Everybody is thinking, you better check OJ because OJ was an athlete. He's strong enough to cut that head off. And they're looking for OJ to question OJ. So OJ can't be found. They're looking for OJ. Finally, some cop named Ron Furman went to OJ's house. According to him, he found a bloody glove in OJ's car, or he found enough evidence to arrest OJ. His name was Ron Furman. OJ found out, he went on the run in a white Bronco, which I used to want this white Bronco. I remember thinking, I'm going to get me a white Bronco one day. OJ went on the run. His best friend, Al Collins, was driving. OJ was laying down in the back seat. Police are behind him. They're on a low-speed chase through Los Angeles, running down the street. Listen, when people saw it on the news, they started to come out. You see them at the top? They're just watching OJ run. And everybody was screaming, run, OJ, run. Run, OJ, run. Because OJ was a running back for the Buffalo Bills. And he went to Southern Cal University. I think that's the name of it. He was a Heisman Trophy winner and in the Football Hall of Fame. Look at all those police. And they're saying, run, OJ, run. They wanted him to keep going. Everybody thought he might kill himself. Finally, he pulled over in, I think, Al Collins' house. He turned himself in. They arrested Officer Mark Furman, arrested O.J. Simpson for double homicide. It was a big case. Then they decided to put the case on TV. Oh, my God. This is before the internet, Asher. Brother, I was in college. This was on TV in school.
Would you please
in the break room. Go ahead and play if you want to play. Go ahead.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action find.
Wait, stop. Don't play that yet. I ain't there yet, Asher. They arrested OJ. I want Mark Furman's tapes first. So now OJ is on trial. He's on trial. This is the arresting officer. His name was Mark Furman. OJ Simpson had a lawyer. My God, every man from the tribe of Judah loved this lawyer. His name was Johnny Cochran, and he just was the best lawyer in the world. One, he was a brother. He was from the tribe of Judah, and he was zealously defending OJ. The cop that arrested OJ was a known racist, and they played a video of him calling someone the N-word privately. Another black cop had secretly, surreptitiously taped him calling black men the N-word. Johnny Cochran found that audio and played it for the jurors in the OJ trial. Go ahead and play it.
Do you use the word nigger in describing people?
Presently.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, sir. Have you used that word in the past 10 years?
Not that I recall, no.
You mean if you called someone a nigger, you have forgotten it?
I'm not sure I can answer that question the way you phrased it, sir.
You have difficulty understanding the question. I'll rephrase it. I want you to assume that perhaps at some time since 1985 or 6, you addressed a member of the African American race as a nigger. Is it possible that you have forgotten that act on your part?
No, it's not possible.
Are you therefore saying that you have not used that word in the past 10 years, Detective Furman?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And you say on your oath that you have not addressed any black person as a nigger or spoken about black people as niggers in the past 10 years, Detective Furman?
That's what I'm saying, sir.
So that anyone who comes to this court and quotes you as using that word in dealing with African Americans would be a liar, would they not, Detective Furman?
Yes, they would.
All of them. Correct.
All of them.
All right.
As an officer, an officer of the court, he has lied to this court. He is
I
impeached
object,
by
Your
his own
Honor, and I
witness.
ask that you put a stop to it. Either put Cordoba on the
Excuse
stand
me, Mr.
or
Bailey.
stop her from
Stand
testifying.
up and speak when it's your turn. Mr. Bailey, you can see how agitated he is, has been caught in a lie. And you know something, not in this case, you don't get away with that. There's just too many people watching.
I did not claim that he related the incident to me. I said I spoke to him and I have no doubt that he'll appear. And I don't have any doubt.
Now he's standing up and hair splitting with us. I never said he said this to me. I just said he spoke to me personally. That's nonsense. That shows you what we have over here in the way of ethics.
Asher, do you have the video of him saying nigger, the same cop? If not, I'll fast forward ahead. Guess what happened in the trial? Towards the end of the trial, that same lawyer produced audio tape of Mark Furman calling the people he was arresting niggers. Asher, you don't have that. Hello. Anybody there listening? Oh, you can find that. That's all over the internet. Mark, for the tape, Johnny Cochran played a tape after this of Mark Furman going crazy calling people niggers. First of all, for you brothers that might get arrested, if a lawyer asks you a question like that, he already has the videotape or the audio tape. That's why he's asking. He's asking because he already knows you did it. Well, that happened in the case. After this event, they pulled the audio tape out of Mark Furman calling everybody a nigger. I'll give you 10 seconds to find it. Someone look forward for Asher as well. No go? Asher, you put me. Asher, we ready to rock. Can you hear me?
Can I hear you, sir?
I'll fast forward. Let me tell you what happened. They played the video for the jurors. They played the video of this same cop saying nigger. The jury knew that they couldn't believe anything from this cop after that. They didn't trust him. They believed that he planted evidence on OJ. Why? And here's the important part you need to understand the OJ verdict. OJ was not someone that loved black people. OJ only had sex with white women. OJ was not someone that cared about his brothers or his sisters. The reason so many black people related to OJ is because they related to the oppression of crooked police. All of us could relate to that at that time. All of us knew what it was like for a cop to call us a nigger, to abuse us, to hurt us. So OJ, in essence, became how we all could get back at the abuse from crooked police officers, from cruel oppression. We all could be vindicated if OJ could be vindicated. And at that time, it was just so important to black people that one black man finally beat the system. The OJ verdict came out. Then they had a glove. They found a bloody glove that they said was OJ's glove, and it had blood on it. Brother, the district attorney told OJ to put the glove on, and the glove did not fit OJ's big-ass football hand. And then Johnny Cochran said, if the glove doesn't fit, then you must acquit. First of all, Asher, that rhymed, which meant the tribe of Judah loved it, because the tribe of Judah loves rhyming phrases. Did you know that, Asher? Oh, they love that. Listen, that rhymed. Black people were zealously on the favor of OJ. That was a black man who was on the side of the district attorney. Black people hated him. He was a sellout. Let me fast forward. Now, finally, after this trial, the verdict is coming out. Let me tell you. Give me the reaction to the OJ verdict, Asher. I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was with General Mayock. Brother, every black person was waiting for OJ to go free. Every white person was waiting for him to be convicted. White people just guaranteed he was getting convicted because at this time, no one could imagine a black man beating the system. black people were praying as if it was them on trial for OJ to go free. Give me the reaction from the people of the verdict, Asher. The people screaming. If you don't have it, I got to give it to you for time's sake, all right? This ain't it, Asher. I need videos of the reaction from people all around the world, all around America. I'll give it to you. It was a day of jubilation. It was the year of Jubilee. Every man from the tribe of Judah and the children of Israel were screaming in the streets for joy. And every white person, yeah, that's how it was. Oh my God. It was like we were off. Brother, now show me white people.
I think it's great. He deserves to go free. They had no evidence on him.
So much evidence to deliberate for as short as they did and come back with a not guilty verdict. I think it shows the jury was pretty irresponsible. Money can buy you justice, exactly.
Asher, they're stunned.
I think this jury sent a message that the time has come here in Los Angeles and in America that indeed there must be a level playing field for everybody.
And I'm just don't think justice was served. I don't think the jury did their job. I think they knew what they were going to do from the gate. I think it was racist based, and it was racist from the black point of view.
That's enough, Asher. Asher, everyone should go look at that on your own time. Every white person hated it. Every black person loved it. It was such a great day. I was in the world, but it was a great day for a brother in the world. It was. I remember, bro. I can tell you how well y'all was shot. Let me tell you something. White people got to feel what we feel every day. That feeling of the deck is stacked against us. The system is against us. We can't win. It's unfair. We have felt that for thousands of years. White people had one day. You know what they did? They went and threw OJ in jail for 9 years for nothing. OJ went to someone who had one of his football jerseys. And he said, "Give me my jersey back." That person that he said that to called the cops. They said one of your friends had a gun in his jacket. In his jacket. They put OJ in jail for 9 years for doing what I just said. And brother, I did not elaborate. I'm telling you exactly the charge. Him and his friends walked into a room in Las Vegas. He saw his football jerseys being sold. He said, "How'd you get my jerseys? Give me my jerseys back." That man went to the cops. One of the men there had a gun in his jacket. They arrested all the men. They found out that a man there had a gun in his jacket that he did not pull out. He never pulled it out, but he had it. They arrested OJ for stealing his own jerseys back.
Right.
He did 9 years in jail for that. So we all felt joy, but that joy was ephemeral. It was fleeting. It was 4 seconds. It was like you felt when Obama got made president. I was in the truth by then, but I imagine you probably felt the same thing, right? When Obama became president, Oprah was crying. Jesse Jackson was crying. So I bet you felt the same thing, but it was a fleeting joy, wasn't it? How soon did it leave you? Months later? A year later, it's gone. These things, brother, are a sign. Someone in the headquarters, come on, get you in the back of headquarters.
Salaki, sir, if I may, that OJ verdict came on the tail end of the Rodney King. You remember, Rodney King was like 3 years when they had the riot in LA during that time.
Yes, they did. The Rodney King jury verdict, when the Rodney King cats went free for beating Rodney King to death, and Los Angeles exploded in anger. Headquarters, come on.
Salaki, sir, is so heavy the way that ties in, because just to add some details into what you said, he wasn't just saying nigger on those tapes. He was describing in detail how if he saw a black man with a white woman, he would frame him for a crime. He would do whatever he had to do to frame him for a crime. And then fast forward, the glove, the supposed bloody glove that was his key piece of evidence, he found it by himself in the backyard after he was supposed to be removed from the case. He snuck off, hopped the fence, and then suddenly turned up with his glove. So they heard all of that in order, just like that, in the context of the aftermath of the Rodney King situation.
Give that warrior a hand because he told the damn truth. If you can, on your own time, go find those videos. Mark Furman said he would plant evidence on niggers. He said it. He said it. And they act like black people made a poor decision. He said, I plant evidence on niggers who date white women. He said it. Who the hell is OJ? But a nigger that dates white women. The jury knew it in good conscience. They couldn't put him in jail. And they were absolutely right. What I'm trying to help you is that feeling you felt during the OJ trial, that feeling you felt when Barack Obama was elected president, the Bible is trying to offer you that feeling every day of your life. Brakatha Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Every day you could feel that. Every day you could feel what? Who can read my mind? Who can give me the answer? Whoever did this, Zadok, do you know? If you don't know, say you don't know. Who can give every day you could feel what? Ephraim, if you answer this question correctly, I'm going to be shocked. Let Ephraim try it. Ephraim right there in the back. They can feel what?
Vindication.
Vindication.
Give him a damn hand. Give him a hand. Give him a
Yeah,
hand.
he said it at the same time.
At the same time. Well said, Akim. Vindication. Oh, God. Jesus, I just want it so bad. I'm willing to work for it. I'm willing to put my hands to work. I'm willing to watch my words for it. I'm willing to handle my business for it. I pray you understand. For vindication, Ak. Vindication. You need ambition to be vindicated, Ak. A feeling is fleeting. A feeling is that moment. Ruling the world is something that your grandchildren will appreciate. Everyone understands. All right, now the Passover demon. Okay, Akim, the Passover is next week. How many days until the Passover, Ephraim?
8, right?
Well, let me tell you what happened today. As you know, for last year's Passover, the Amalekite community, right, the false tribe of Judah, they were calling the venues every day, trying to cancel our Passover. Of course, we had our Passover last year. For about 5 years straight, members of the IUIC, the Purple Pigs, have been calling our Passover venue, trying to cancel our venue. When it was in Texas, they called and they said, I work for Commanding General Yohana, and I want to cancel the Passover this year. The person answered the phone and said, are you sure? He hung up, but then it felt strange to him, and he said, let me just verify. Then he called Captain Yatazak. He said, I just wanted to confirm. One of your members just called and said the Passover was canceled. Is that true? Yatazak couldn't believe it. Come to find out it was the Purple Pigs, the IUIC. Guess what happened yesterday? Yesterday, the owners of the venue we're having the all-black party at, they called Captain Zakar out of headquarters. And they said, I just want to confirm. I heard a rumor that you're going to be sacrificing a goat at the all-black party. Someone called and said, you're going to do an animal sacrifice at the all-black party. We're not zoned for that. We can't do that. We can't let you sacrifice a goat at the all-black party. Zakar said, what? Yeah, somebody called. Somebody. They could probably smell the purple through the phone. They could smell the LGBT through the phone. Called our all black party and the venue and said, we're going to sacrifice a goat in the all black party. That happened today. Today. Do you understand how important it is that you attend the all black party?
Right.
That you attend the Passover, that you attend the Feast of Unleavened Bread, that you attend the mandatory class, that you attend the children's party, and all of the other activities that are under attack every year. When you come to the Passover, the true Passover that's held directly and correctly according to the dates of the Bible, you are making not only a personal statement, but you're making a political statement about who your allegiance is with. You're deciding that you will be counted with them that serve God. And this world does not want you to come to the Passover. They don't want it. They don't want it to happen. You're making a political statement by walking through the door, by saying, I'm here. They said they told me y'all were going to sacrifice goats at the all black party. I'm here. They told me it was canceled. I'm here. Do you know that the Passover venue this year said they canceled the Passover? We found another place. They canceled us. They said we couldn't have it. They told us when? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, that we had to change Passover venues. We got up on our feet and we worked and we switched. And thanks to Officer Iraq, he went and arranged for us to have a Passover at some ranch out there in North Carolina. But the Passover venue canceled us, and we're still coming. We still are having it. Now, why are we here today? We're too close to the Passover now. If you're having problems, you must tell somebody. Is there anyone out there that has not received their receipt for paying their Passover fee? Raise your hand if you've heard of someone who has paid and not received their receipt. Okay, good. Is there anyone out there that is unaware of where the Passover will be? Are you unaware of the change that has happened with the Passover? Raise your hand. Okay, so everyone knows where the Passover will be. Atlanta, where's the Passover going to be? Pull it up on your phone. Someone else tell me, what else are we having? Go ahead, Atlanta.
So like I said, if I could, I'm seeing the flyer on my phone. It says new location, 219 Free Gospel Road, Snow Hill, North Carolina, zip code 28580.
Give him a hand. That's where the Passover is going to be, right? Now listen, you better stay stuck to your phone and stay stuck to your camp leader, because they might change the all black party. I don't know. They might call and say, listen, we heard you were going to sacrifice a virgin in the middle of the all black party, so we're not letting you have it there. They might say that. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know this. I'm making the pilgrimage to North Carolina for the Passover. I'm showing up in town, in the city. Now, when I get to North Carolina, I'll let General Hazayan, Captain Akkad Abraham, Captain Naya Thak, I'll let them tell me where I'm teaching my class. I'll show up there. I'll let them tell me where the all-black party is. I'll let them tell me where the children go to have fun, where the sisters are going to have a good time, where the Passover will be. You show up to North Carolina. You make it there. And don't let anything stop you. Some of you don't have the money. Some of you are out there Ubering right now because you don't have the money. You're working overtime. You're making sacrifices. Well done. Well done, first of all. But you know what you better do? If you don't have the money, you better show up. See what you can do to make up the money. Show up to the town. Get every penny that you can get. And then if you fall short, show up to the town. You're not alone. You have brothers and sisters that love you. Show up and find out. Show up and find out how many people love you. You show up to that town, you show up to North Carolina, you make the pilgrimage because Satan doesn't want it to happen, which means I must do it. You must do it, and we must be together. Everyone understands. If you're having, I can tell you why I was shot. You might be having any problems. Tell me now. If you don't know how you're getting there, you talk to your camp leader. If you can't get your camp leader on the phone, go to the next person in rank, the rank below him or above him. Get someone on the phone with you because I need a way to get there. How do I get there? I don't have a receipt. I don't have the money. You do it. Work with your hands. Handle your business. Do it. You camp leaders. You should be trying to bring every person you can to the Passover to prove your quality. You should be trying your best. That's up to you, though. You should be making sure you're contacting all of your people saying, did you get your receipt? Are you ready to rock? Do you have transportation? You should be trying to get them there to prove your quality. The people under you should be trying to do their part to prove their quality because this world doesn't want it to happen. It's happening nonetheless by the power of Yahweh Shai. We've been doing this for so long in this kingdom and in the old world. We've been doing this, and we've done this at peril of our lives. We're going to do it this year again. We're going to do it again. Any question? Tell me now. Anyone online, you're having a problem. You don't know how to handle it. You don't know what the venue changes are. You can't get in contact with your camp leader. No one is returning your calls. You don't have the money. Say something. Open your mouth. Want it. Be ambitious. Want to show. Young warrior, give him the microphone in headquarters.
Yes, sir. Yes. As a young man, a couple months into this, I am not sure if there's of the various modes of transportation. Is there for example, carpooling, charter bus? Is there a payment pay up front in total, or even a week or two after? Because this pilgrimage is a new process for me, but I have the fortitude to sacrifice. But for others in my same situation, could you elaborate on that, sir? Please.
No problem. I'm assuming you're assigned to the New York camp. Is that correct?
I am, sir.
Who's the highest ranking, the senior brother in that room tonight? Does anyone know?
Captain Shemawala, sir.
Captain Shemawala, this man needs your help with getting to the Passover. Are you up to task?
No, sir.
Talk to Captain Shemawala, warrior. He'll get you to the Passover if you want to go.
The water, sir. Most High in Christ. Thank you.
Give him a hand. Quashar Bun Yahawada. Quashar Bun Yahawada, you talk to the camp leader in your city. You talk to him. What city are you in, Quashar? Anyone else having problems? Hold on, let me read this from Salakia. Can we still pay the fee at the door? Yes, you can pay the fee at the goddamn door. Pay it at the door. Yes, you can. If you don't have the money until that night, pay the fee that night. Don't you know this? For every brother and sister that pays the fee, there's more money available for the brothers and sisters that can't pay the fee.
Right.
That's how this nation works. If you have it, pay it. Pay it. Why? Because then there's more money available for the brothers and sisters that can't pay. And there are brothers and sisters that are impoverished and they don't have the money. And we will cover them because you paid your way. because you work hard, because you handle your business. Quashal, you're in Virginia. You talk to the captains in Virginia, Captain Nashad. Anybody? Is anyone from Virginia in the chat room right now? Any officers in Virginia? Step up and say something in the chat room. If you're an anointed priest in the state of Virginia, let me hear you right now. Stand by, Quashal. Anything else? Ephraim, you got it.
Slack, yes, sir. I did pay my Passover fee, but regarding the receipt, did it come through the email, sir?
Hell if I know. You gotta know. How long have you been waiting for your receipt?
Well, Slack, I should have it. I'll double check. I should have it.
Are you saying? Do you have it or not? Are you waiting for it and it never came? Explain.
I don't know for sure. That's why but my emails are very backed up, sir.
All right, someone get General Someone get General Hazayan on the phone. Have him call in.
Counselor, Slack, sir, if I may.
Go ahead, Asher.
The receipt will be sent via a PayPal notification.
Okay, let me get Katazar. Katazar, call in.
Salaki, sir, I'm in the room, sir.
Oh, Salaki, Katazar. Katazar, someone called me today and said that they paid their fee, but they didn't get their receipt. Do you know anything about that?
I do not, sir.
Levi?
If I may, I don't want the receipt. When you pay, it asks you to enter an email. So the receipt goes to that email. So what the person can do, they can simply go on their email and there's a search bar. They could search PayPal and it will show them all the PayPal transaction that they had. They could just search for around the date.
Okay, let's see if it's working. Is there anyone out there that paid? They checked their email and they are waiting for their receipt and it has not come in. Is this a problem or not? I'll wait for someone to tell me it is a problem. If you don't say it is a problem, then it's not a problem. Are you having a problem getting the receipt after you pay? Give them 15 seconds. All right. No problem. Ephraim, you got to check your email, all right?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
It's Captain Kadazai. And what I would say is also, if maybe you don't have PayPal, check your spam. A lot of times email might go to spam. Just search your entire inbox.
There you go. What did those comments say up on the screen? They left too fast. I missed those, Ephraim. What they said. Darius Harrod said, your receipt should be in your email. All right, Darius. Who else? Captain Ariel said receipt should be in your email or in PayPal records. All right. Okay, Akim, look for your receipt, Akwakim. Go in there and find it. How's it hard?
So another issue might be with navigating your email. You know, you just go in the top and you just put an ISUPK in your search bar in your email. It should scan through it or put Israelite or Israelite school and try those. Put Passover in your search bar in your email. It should filter it out.
Excellent advice. Excellent advice, Azahab. Malakia 1000 said, Salakia, sir, are we able to pay a few weeks after the Passover? That one I'd have to check. I don't know about that. I don't know. I can't see why. Lord knows I want your money, every effing penny of it. Yes. Let me just say yes, Kadazai. Is that all right? Kadazai, he's involved in the department. I'm not in the department. That's not my department. But I am in the take all your effing money department. That's my department. So if you don't have the money, then I'm sure that there can be an arrangement made for you to pay a couple of weeks after the Passover. Commanding General Yohana is kind. Commanding General Yohana, listen, if not for him, listen, he would just you wouldn't pay anything if it was up to him. But Commanding General Yohana, in his mercy and humility, he listens to cruel men like me who want you to pay. who want you to pay out the goddamn nose. I want you to pay. So you got to pay. So I'm going to say yes, that you can pay after the Passover. But once again, you better be sincere about it. If you pay after the Passover, it better be something that you had to do. Okay, and the Most High will be judged between you and your own heart. So if you can't pay until 2 weeks after the Passover, then that's when you have to pay. Okay, but you better be trying to pay before the Passover to get that receipt, because there are so many people that don't have it. If you have capability, you better have it. You better have it before the Passover. No matter what, you show up to that city. You show up. Who is this? Shasha Magun. I'm sorry, say again? Oh, that's General Kabbalah Mob, Salaki. General Kabbalah Mob said cash at the door, debit card, credit card is accepted on PayPal. You heard that. Show up with a damn credit card. Show up. Find a way to get it done. Work with your hands. Handle your business.
Right.
Do it. Let me tell you something now. Let me give you a little secret of our oppressors. Our oppressors, when they're in Esau's military, they force them to make up their beds every day. Who knows about that? In the white man's military, in our oppressor's military, every morning they get up, they have to make their bed. I remember years ago when I asked a brother, and I said, because I didn't understand, I said, why do they care if their personal bed is made up? When I was young, it didn't make any sense to me why, even in Iraq, in Afghanistan, they have to make their beds. And let me tell you what this cat told me. He said it's because in your oppressor's military, they want this cat to have a goal he accomplishes every day, just to get him in the habit of making accomplishments. So every day he gets up out of bed, he makes his bed. He folds the sheets. He tucks it in tight. Every day he polishes his shoes. Not because the bed matters, but because it matters when you are in a habit of accomplishments. So many of us have never accomplished anything in life. You're a I could have been nigga, aren't you? You know, I could have did this. I could have did that. You know what drug dealers will say? Drug dealers say, you know, I could have took my same skills and been in the corporate world. I could have been, and you ever heard a drug dealer say that? I could have been, you know, in a Fortune 500 company. I could have been a millionaire. No, you couldn't have. You couldn't have. That's why you didn't. You didn't, and you went to jail for 10 years because that was your only option. You could have never did what you do in the corporate world because you don't have the sense of discipline and accomplishment to do something so tedious, so slow, that has such gain. Get in the habit of making an accomplishment. Do a thing. Now, here you are today. You want to make it to the Passover. If you don't make it, that will be quite normal with your life because you also didn't graduate high school and you also didn't go to college and you also didn't do that business you planned on and you also didn't do this and you also didn't do that, and you have an excuse for everyone that makes you feel better at night. Here is a thing you can do. It's not impossible, and you can get in this habit that could catapult your entire life into great achievement. Here's your goal, UPK 1 West. Get to North Carolina. Get there. Find a way. Pay the Passover fee. Find a way. Be at every event. Find a way. And then I'll tell you what you can do next. I will tell you what's next if you can do this. With that, Rockefeller, Howard, Howard Shy. Let's pass the class over. What's your name, warrior?
Ashayala, Officer Ashayala.
Let's pass the class over to Officer Ashayala. Someone else has to cover the class next Monday. Philadelphia out there, you got to cover the class, all right? Cover the class next Monday. The next class I teach, I will teach in North Carolina. Kum Yasha Allah.
We'll give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, I Majum. Men of Israel, I Majum Shabbat. I Majum Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam.
Yajamatah. Class dismissed.
Shalom, Israel. Tune in to the Round Table of Truth this Friday at 8 p.m. Central, where we will be going over some heavy topics.
Open the door now! Open the door now! Open the door now!
Followed by another special guest, our very own UPK sister Kwamada will be sitting down with Captain of 13,000 Mawa Quad to talk about her tragic loss of her son, the violence and disparities growing up in Chicago, and how all those things brought her into the truth. You do not want to miss this show, Israel. Shalom.